Good morning. This is Natasha from the Little Ranch Farm, and I have a couple of videos out, but I don't really have like an official first video of the farm and why we're doing what we do and a tour of the farm or anything like that. So I thought this morning I would go on ahead and make a video of why we decided to homestead and give a little bit of a tour of the farm. So some of the reasons why we have decided to homestead was when we first bought our farm 5 years ago, there was nothing on it, no homes, no barns, just a well and a septic, and so we have slowly been fixing it up, and we thought we wanted a horse farm. And so we built our barn, we moved our horses over, and we thought we wanted to basically just train and show horses, and that was the life we were going to live. So we ended up watching a show one evening a couple of years back, and it was a show, I can't even remember what show it was, but we had watched a show where it was some homesteaders just working on their land and on their property and growing their food and raising their food. And I remember looking at my husband and just saying, why aren't we doing this? I think they were like on 2 or 3 acres, and they were pretty self-sufficient. And I looked at my husband and I said, you know, we're on 6 acres. Why are we not doing this, you know? And so we have since then slowly been trying to convert the farm into a homestead. And we've come a very long way, but we still have a very long way to go. But we're doing a pretty good job, and there's just always work to do, and a lot more things to implement and add, and excited to start the YouTube channel so that way we can take you on the adventure with us, and you can see from where we've kind of started and then continuing through, so you can see the end picture with us. And I think it'll be fun to look back and see where we started, and just being able to watch the progress and come back and then see the final. So that part's exciting. So some of the reasons were why we wanted to start the homestead. One of the most important reasons was to grow our own food. I believe that the grocery store is nothing but a corrupt system, and I just don't want to go there anymore to buy my food. Plus the food tastes so much better when you're growing it on your own. You're picking it fresh from the garden, and you're cooking it straight from out of the garden. It's just completely different, and you know what you're eating. Plus the kids get involved. They absolutely love it, and they have fun with it. Same with growing or raising our food. We do meat chickens, we do turkey as well, and here shortly we're looking into getting just a couple head of cattle, a couple steers to go on ahead and butcher for our family, and we're looking at getting into that this year. So I am excited about adding a different meat supply into our family. Another reason was we wanted to implement skills for our children that they can take with them for their life. They do learn work ethic. There's never a day off here. Some days we work harder than others, and some days we have fun. But you know, chores do have to be done. Animals need to be fed and watered. Those days is an everyday thing, and we can never do without. They learn how to problem solve. They learn how to build things, tear down things, fix things. So they're getting skills that your typical kid probably wouldn't get growing up in the city, on how to build fences and build barns, build coops, just by using leftover material on certain things, and how to be creative and coming up with just fun stuff. And I think it also it builds character. And I think that's another important reason as well. And then I know a lot of people say it's the simpler things in life, and in reality it really is. Even though a lot of people say it's not simpler. You're working every day, you're getting up every day, regardless if it's raining or how cold or how hot. You know, that's not simple. But to me it is simple. I enjoy getting up every morning, watching the sun come up. That is a true enjoyment. It's me and God time, and just being in His stillness and His peacefulness. That's part of the enjoying the simple life. It's not the hustle and bustle of the 9 to 5. Send the kids off to the school on the school bus, and get off work, go to the grocery store, come home, cook dinner, watch TV, go to bed, and then start it all over again. And we did that. We did that for a lot of years, and there was no true enjoyment. And here there is more of a simpler life. Company comes over, and we sit on the porch, and we fellowship, and we talk, and we hang out, and we enjoy walking through the gardens or the barns and looking at the animals and all of that stuff, and taking a day of just fishing because it's relaxing and it's fun, and it's enjoyable. And so we do that here, tacking up and riding the horse. So yeah, I would say we enjoy a lot of the simpler things in life. So yeah. And then I would say it's beautiful. I get to wake up to some of the most beautiful sunrises and some of the most gorgeous sunsets here on the farm. To be able to see a baby goat being born, or little chicks hatching out of their eggs, little ducks and peafowl, and seeing all the blooms in your garden, and seeing all the beautiful flowers that come up in the spring, and the newness of life. And it's just absolutely beautiful just to sit in the farm and just truly look around you and everything that God has given us, and just truly enjoy it and embrace it. And as a servant to God, you know, we're to take care of these things and these animals, and knowing that they're dependent on us for their food and their water, and same with the blossoms, and you know, your harvest and everything that you're sowing into. And so those are just valuable things that we love and enjoy here on the farm. And now I'll take you around some of the farm and give you a tour so you can kind of see where we're at, give you an idea of where we came from, and also some of the plans that we have for the farm moving forward. My muddy girls out there. One boy in the back hiding. Our pecan trees that we've already harvested for this year. Alright, so we are walking down our back lane to our bees. Not going to go real far because they are out and active, and I am not suited up. And I don't know how these bees' temperaments are. There's something flying around. So we have 1, 2, 3. We're down to 4 hives. We were up to 6. Had a couple of. One was a bad hive and another one had swarmed. We got quite a few 100 pounds of honey this year, so they did really good. This is our first year totally into bees, so we're excited for this upcoming year and building up our hives. Okay, we're taking a walk out to our pond. And we do have an island on our pond. Our pond is pretty full. We've had a lot of rain here in Texas for. Oh, did you see that bass jump, Josiah, right there?
Yeah.
Ready to do some fishing?
Yeah.
We do a lot of fishing out here. Husband built it just for raising fish. We pretty much only have largemouth bass, blue cat, and some sunfish.
Oh, don't give out catfish.
Yeah,
I mean yellow belly.
Oh, the yellow belly catfish?
Yeah.
Yes. Alright, all my flockers. Alright, Josiah, can you open the door? And we'll go through and show them our chicken coops. Alright. Thanks, baby. Alright, so here are our chicken coops. We have the Barred Rock Cafe, the Egg Nest Bank, we have the general store. Hi, here you quackers. We have the chicken, the Rooster Saloon, we have the sheriff's office, and then down here we have the jail. Who do you have? Which chicken do you have?
Ryan.
You do? He's a rock rooster.
No, hold on, George.
Anytime I walk anywhere, I have followers. Hi, babies. What are you guys doing? Huh?
Get a meanie.
Hey, Champ. How are you? Champ is our little stud, and he will officially be 2 this upcoming year. Hey, little man. How are you? You went in? You are spoiled. Oh, and here's my dolly. She went completely blind on us just a few weeks ago, so she is learning how to accept her blindness and just memorizing everything out in the pasture. She did before. She pretty much has it all memorized, but every so often she misjudges, and she's still running into stuff a little bit, but she's doing better and better every day. And then these guys that she's out to pasture with help her out a lot. They help her with getting to the water, and just they're really good buddies. As soon as she calls for them, one of them immediately comes to her and lets her know that she's okay and she's not alone. Okay, so this area up front right here used to be my entire garden, and it's all pushed up into mounds right now because we have decided to do raised beds this year since we've watched some YouTube videos. And I started over the fall, and so far I'm so very pleased, and that's the route we're going to go. And I will show you the raised beds. Okay, so we plan on using this whole space to continue adding more beds and make it beautiful at the same time as truly enjoying being out here in the garden and raising all our foods to eat. As you can see, I have a few things in the few beds that I have that are still still going, but we plan on adding more. We have about a month to finish all of it before we can really start focusing in on getting our seeds and transplanting seeds and really getting it all out here, so that way by spring we'll have a beautiful garden. But we'll be using all the space that you'll see behind us. We're also going to put in a little gazebo. It gets super hot down here in the middle of the summer, so my big thing was I just wanted some place for some shade and just to sit, enjoy, and really relax, take in the garden. So excited about that, so we'll be posting the updates on that as we start building and continuing all of our beds. Okay, so this section is also in the front of the farm, and we have this huge concrete slab that we kind of found up here, and we've started clearing it. These are our neighbors' vehicles. And then we found this water trough up here, and we found out that this used to be a dairy farm. Gosh, I don't even know how long ago. A neighbor a few houses down said that his grandparents, he remembers it being a cattle farm, dairy farm, and a lot of cows on here before they divided the property off and started slowly selling it. But what we plan on doing with this area is we're going to take advantage of the water trough that is right here, full of rainwater, and we're going to use it for an aquaponics garden and put a greenhouse up here. And that is pretty much the gist of the farm. Thank you for stopping by to visit. Can't wait to start posting more things and some tips and tricks and things that we have learned as we've been continuing on this journey. So be blessed and be a blessing, and I will see you next time.